Recording in progress. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everybody watching. Welcome to the Halal Stock Hunters midweek review. Yesterday was actually a public holiday, and so we didn't actually do it yesterday. And so we're doing it today on a Thursday morning. We are going to be reviewing the HIN model portfolio. Once again, my name is Afiq, Chief Finance Ninja at Fast Finance. This is my good friend, buddy, partner, Adi Ismail, founder of Pro Traders Network. He is honestly the guy to listen to when it comes to active investing. I'm the lazy type. I do all the passive stuff. Adi is the more on the ball. He's awesome at it. And we're going to review our model portfolio. Adi, do you have something to say before we go right into the numbers?
Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for actually tuning into our show. And of course, Afiq is being the humble guy, eating the humble pie. He's actually doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And together, we work to actually provide awesome value to you guys. And hopefully you actually can take in the information that we have actually presented, is going to present to actually make yourself some money. Okay, Afiq, are you ready to go?
Alhamdulillah. Yes, of course. Inshallah, of course, we make money, right? Now, folks, if you guys have been watching us for a while, you know that there are two parts to investing, right? There is the core passive portfolio, the kind of boring, moving along, make profits predictably, slowly, like how Warren Buffett likes to do it. Then there is the satellite portfolio. It's a bit more active. We can take tactical decisions, to be able to choose the battles we want to fight. Okay, and so today we are gonna look at our HIN model portfolio. We've gone into some stocks that we made calls on over the past few weeks, it's really the past month already. My goodness, it's been so fast. And so Hadi's going to be pulling out our charts, and let's look at the first one today, which is Crocs, one of our favorite Kaya Kasut stocks that we have, Crocs. If you guys have been following, Adi, you can prepare your charts. You can share the screen.
Sure.
I'll make you co-host. There you go, so you can make it. And if you've noticed over the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of red in the markets. In fact, Crocs at one point went up 10% and then it dropped. And here we are today. To date, from the 5th of May that we went in, we are up a healthy 3%. 3.9%. Alhamdulillah.
3.9%, huh? That's good. That's good. Yep. So I can allow me to actually explain to you what's happening on the charts. This is the daily chart of Crocs. Is it clear? Afiq, can you see the chart?
Yep, Alhamdulillah, I can see the charts looking good.
Yep. So at this point in time, this is where we entered. Okay, let me just actually turn this into a dotted line so that you can see this is our entry point. And after that, we saw that price went up to about 109. And so we draw a line here to indicate resistance. And as it went down, we saw support at around the $97. So why don't I just add some arrows so that it makes it clear for everyone to see, okay, we have a resistance at that level. And then we have support here. And when price actually went lower, further down towards 94, 88, around $95, there is another support here and a pintail, right? So if you actually do candlestick studies, this pintail is considered a bullish signal, especially if the next two candles or next one candle is actually moving up. So you have like a U-shaped bottom here, right? So we have price testing this zone here 3 times and then it moves up. So right now, where do you think it's going to go next, Afiq?
To the moon! Okay, so from what you've taught me, right, we are looking at that resistance up there. Right, you say there's a U shape, it looks like a resistance at 109. If it breaks that resistance, it might continue going upward. There's that huge gap up over the past couple of weeks that we saw. And I'm thinking to myself that it could just be moving in that band, trying to break that resistance. And you did say that one round numbers are psychological, so it could be the next 110 mark. That could be the psychological barrier, right? That magnet that pulls people up and then resists at 110. Am I right so far?
Yep. So Afiq, we might want to take profits if it hits around this zone at 110, because right now it has formed this channel and there is a probability that it might just go down further back to this to test this level and even close this gap. So why don't we just put a sell order at somewhere around 110?
Sell order at
Maybe 109.5. Put it at 109.5.
109 target price. So 109.50. Okay, I have keyed in 109.5 as the take profit for Crocs. Once the market opens tonight, we should see how it moves.
Yep. So what we're thinking right now is that price might still, the trend is still up. Okay, no doubt about that. No doubt. But there is a probability of it hitting this resistance and falling down to test the support again. If it holds, then it might bounce up. But if it fails, then the next level 84 might be in play. So I'm thinking of actually entering again at a lower price.
Let's see if it touches that. Okay, so now my question is, how about this? My question is this. If it hits our target price of say 109.5, right?
Yeah.
What do we do after that? I mean, of course, we're holding cash, and cash is the worst thing to hold right now. It's zero yield. What do we do? Just for our viewers, what do we do? We've taken profit at 109. We're sitting on some cash. Do we continue holding, watching Crocs? Do we wait for it to drop back to 97? What happens if the two scenarios, right? If it breaks 110 or if it drops back to 97?
If let's say we can break the funds that we intend to actually put into Crocs into two parts. That means first entry, the first part enters at around 97. The second entry comes at around 84.65. That's what we can do, right? So that if it goes down lower, you can enter at a better price. But if it didn't, it bounced off from here, you have already entered a trade, which you can actually benefit if it goes back up, right? So this is more if we intend to actually take a swing trade, right? If it drops back down, then it goes back up here. You could have entered at a lower 97 price instead of your current entry at 104. That's the logic actually. But if then someone will ask you this question: what if it actually goes up all the way from here? I think it is the probability is lesser, because if you look at this area here, right? Basically, let me just draw some lines. Right? How many times does it actually touch?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Before it goes up, right?
1,
so
2, 3.
Okay. It actually goes sideways for quite some time before it managed to actually break above this line. So I believe that at this point, right, it might actually go sideways again. You see, so looking at this section here, what price have actually done is that before it pushes up higher, it actually goes sideways. In this case, you have it actually going above this particular resistance in January, and then it only goes up in April. So you have 4 months, right? So in this horizontal move, we are now in April. So if you take 4 months, 23rd April, 4 months forward, that means you are going to be looking at August, right? Potential for it to actually break above. So this is based on what I see on the charts, basically. So if you talk about the 2nd of August, this is the point. So if it goes sideways, then we should be exiting, right, this particular position, and then take some profit here. Let it come down again. And then after that, we can take the first position here. If it goes further down, we take another second position here.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. And on that note, just because it does break that support at 97 doesn't mean we made a wrong call, right, Adi?
Yep, because you see, this is a gap up. And sometimes the market wants the gap to be covered before it continues higher. You see, for example, here, you see a gap up here, right? Do you see that the price actually came back down here to cover the gap?
Yeah.
Before it pushes up. It could have just bounced off from this level, right? But it did not. It covers the gap. So I'm thinking this gap, there's a possibility it might be covered in the future before the price shoots up higher.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that, you know, we can try to liquidate the position here. In fact, we can liquidate at 107.45 at this point. When the market opens, is also fine because we are in profit. But if you want to, you know, just go for more, that's also a possibility. That's a decision to make actually, but it's good because you are in profit already and the momentum is still up. So we could actually just put it at 109.5. Yeah.
Okay, that is awesome. And so with Crocs, I think in summary, we're looking at taking profit at 109 based on the technical analysis that we've done here. And then watch how it goes with regards to that resistance up there, which could be 110-ish. And then we'll make a call on it sometime soon, right? I mean, we have until the next 3-4 months to look at it. No, actually, sorry, the next 2 months. It's already end of May. My goodness, that was fast.
Yeah, so it's still in an uptrend, right? It's just that it's a matter of strategy right now, based on our readings of the chart.
Let's move on to our next counter. How about Freeport, FCX?
Okay. Looking at Freeport right now, our entry point is good. Still, the price is still above our entry point. What's the date we entered, Afiq, for this
Freeport? We went in on the 5th of May. We bought in at 5th of May at $40.32.
Okay, so this is the line. Let me just mark it. Okay, so this is our entry point. And after we entered, the price continued higher actually. Can you just remind everyone what is the stock all about? Freeport McMoran.
Freeport is one of the biggest commodity companies out there, one of the biggest mining companies, and we were talking about the commodity super cycle a month ago. And if you guys been reading your news, you know that the commodities are on the way up. And Freeport, being one of the biggest mining corporations in the world, they do have presences in Latin America, in Indonesia. So they have presences in emerging markets, and if I'm not mistaken, they also have mines in the US as well.
So they are quite a big company when it comes to mining, yeah?
Very.
All right. And we are basically, we also saw on the charts, right? Afiq has, thanks to Afiq for explaining to us and reminding us that the fundamentals of this company. And as you can see, on the chart as well, we saw a bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? And so this is a bullish pattern, and we believe that there will be a continuation in the uptrend of Freeport McMoran. And so far, okay, we have not even actually, it has not been able to actually go below our entry point. It seems that right now, that particular level is a support level, right?
Yep.
You can see that for a couple of days, price have actually gone sideways, and you see these small little candles here. This is this called a consolidation. All right, price does not just go up without consolidation. Usually, you need to have some consolidation, which is a healthy thing in markets. And in the past, you can see sometimes the consolidation can take even longer than a week. And just take a look at this section here, right? So as you can see from here, you see a consolidation, right? Small candles, but all going sideways from left to right. Okay, some traders who actually trade intraday, they do take trades here. They just trade, they buy the bottoms and sell the tops. However, we are more of swing traders in the sense that at a certain point, we would like to hold the stock in a longer term. So it's a mixture of swing trading and trend following methodology that we are doing. Correct or not, Afiq?
Yep. So with Freeport, actually, our strategy has been follow the uptrend. Remember, people always tell us the trend is your friend. And so when we look at this, we are very clear on the fact that the trend is looking upwards. We don't look too short term where, you know, the ups and downs will stress you out. And remember, folks, we have to pick our battles, right? We are a war is made up of multiple battles, and we can pick our battles. It's fine if we lose some, if we win some, but overall, the strategy that we have determines the outcome of the war. Okay, like Sun Tzu says, what do you call that? Every battle is won before it is fought. So your strategy is very, very important. So
yes, I think Afiq, you actually highlighted a very important point. So we could be in 5 stocks, for example, and there are times when the stock seems to be, you know, in a loss, or the right term to use is in a drawdown. So it doesn't mean that you have actually, you know, lost the whole war, right? It's just one battle. Even if you have to take a stop loss for one stock, you know, you still have other stocks that are actually in profit. So we look at the overall, right? We look at the overall portfolio and see whether, you know, overall you are still in profit or not. So let's say if you have 10 stocks in your portfolio, or let's say from 5 to 10 stocks usually, and it makes about 10% overall, but out of those 10 stocks, you have 2 losing stocks, but it still makes a profitable 10%. That means overall you are still winning, right?
absolutely. And so we are very cognizant of the fact that you can't win every battle, right? You cannot win every battle. But if you win most of your battles, and you know when and how to reduce your losses, you know, your loss mitigation strategies are also very important, then over the long period of time, you can make some money. You can win the war eventually, right?
Correct. So if let's say someone wants to learn in depth about all these things, Afiq, where can they go?
So of course, folks here at the Halal Investing Network, we do have lots and lots of value jam-packed for you. And whatever you see here on our weekly midweek portfolio review is just the tip of the iceberg. We will be giving you an offer sometime soon. Look out for it within our group to join our stocks trading course, to join our premium VIP community where we share so much knowledge and so much analysis, in-depth stock tips and all that. But look out for it. It's not going to happen today right now because, you know, we're busy with the Halal midweek review, but do look out for it. And lots of our community have actually benefited from the stocks course that Adi runs. And, you know, maybe we can have a special offer, maybe a discount for all our HIN members. Maybe, if you guys are good. Okay.
Thank you, Afiq. I guess, you know, some people might be asking, in fact, some listeners who know me and you, they might be wondering, right? They might even ask us personally on WhatsApp and all that. So why not, since we're on the topic, we, you know, just share a little bit of what our offerings in the future. But of course, if you are someone who already knows a lot and who thinks that, you know, our free overview of our stocks and all that is good enough for you, there's no compulsion for you to actually join us. But if you would like to actually invest in some education for yourself, which I think is always good, even for myself, I do attend courses as well. Even though I've been trading since 1999, I do attend courses and even, you know, webinars and all that to actually upkeep myself of what's the latest happenings in the financial markets. Right, Afiq?
Yeah, since 1999, before I was born. Let's move on to our next counter. It's really 10:30. I think our viewers want to know what's our next counter. Okay, so our previous two, Crocs and Freeport. Yes, there were some wild swings in the market over the past couple of weeks, and Alhamdulillah, we've come back up for both Crocs and Freeport. So let's cover one of our calls, which currently dropped. And is that a bad thing? Maybe, maybe not. Let's look at it. That's Tractor Supply Company, TSCO. We entered TSCO on the 5th of May at 193.48. Yep. 193.48. Now it's down 5%. What do we do?
Yep. So you can see that our entry is actually quite near the slanting line resistance, right? So when was it again, the date that we entered?
5 May, 5th of May.
5th of May. Okay, let me just mark it here. Okay, so on the 5th of May, yeah, it did actually go up. So we bought at around 193.48. It went up to about $200. So it was in profit, but then it gave a candle, which actually you can see this is a pintail candle, which is quite bearish, in fact, when it closed like that. Right, Rafiq? So you can see that after this candle, price actually gapped down, and then after that went lower for the next 2 consecutive candles. Right? So, however, the question is, where is it going to go from here, right? Most importantly, we need to know whether the trend is still up or has it changed, right? At this point, we are still trading within this particular channel, this channel that I've drawn, which is, of course, an uptrending channel pointing towards 2 o'clock, right? And therefore, as long as this area here is not broken, right? I've marked it here. Let me darken it a little. So as long as this area is not broken, it doesn't go below this particular support, I think we are still quite safe because we can see a potential rounding bottom also from here, right? So this is what price can do, right? It rounds off, touch the somewhere at this point again, and then after that it moves up, right? However, if it breaks below, then we might want to take a loss on this particular stock. What do you think, Afiq, of this strategy?
Of course. Remember we mentioned your risk mitigation strategy to reduce your losses. So the technical analysis is that, yes, if it does break that support, then we may have to take that loss. And so for now, what is the key? Do we have the fortitude? Can we control our emotions and be sure in our direction? Say, okay, hey, I've made the decision that my stop loss is at this price. Do I have the guts to shoot that? To take that action, right? Because most of the time people, maybe doesn't pay the bills, folks. You got to be sure. You got to be saying, hey, I got a conviction. Yes, I'm willing to take that loss. Let's take that loss and look for something more profitable. There are always opportunities out there in the market. It's just whether we take the effort to look for it, right, Adi?
Yes, correct. And if let's say you take a loss, doesn't mean that this stock is we can still relook at this stock and see whether we want to enter this stock again, or we can always take a look at other stocks that might have better setups for us. Yep. So this would be my stop loss position somewhere around here. So I mark it as a dotted line, right? So if it actually closes below with a full-bodied candle, something like this, right? You see this blue bar actually closes above this resistance level, right? But before that, you can see that, okay, this is a blue bar above this resistance zone. But before that, you see a pintail. Okay, this is not considered, a break above. When a confirmed break is basically a full-bodied candle above this zone. So when we see a spike below that, we won't be taking the loss yet. We will only take the loss when we see a full-bodied candle, because once it closes below this area, I think there's a chance for it to actually, there's a probability that it will go down all the way to the next level, which is somewhere around here. Right.
Yeah.
So, yep. So this is our next support level actually, because if you look to the left, okay, this used to be a resistance zone. Right, so this will be a support level, and if it goes there, there's a very high likelihood that it will actually bounce off. Okay, if it goes here, it might bounce off from here back to this top, to this resistance now. So you might want to buy somewhere around here, okay, 150, and then you could aim for higher prices from here. But of course, there will be another resistance point here if the price comes here, and there will be another resistance at around 175, right? That's going to be preventing price from going up. But that is if it goes below this zone, and that's the reason why I said that we should be taking a loss if, let's say, it closes below this particular zone, because it is the end of you see, it's a break below this channel and also a break below this support. There's two reasons why that area is going to be a support, and if it fails, that means price wants to go lower. Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, right? Once we have the guts to actually realize, okay, if it breaks that point, then I'm going to take that loss. But do we give up? No, you give up, you lose the war, right? Just because you lose that one battle doesn't mean we stop fighting the war. And if we look at it this way, if it does break that support level and it goes lower and it touches the 154 support level, do we look at it as a buying opportunity? So this goes back to our fundamentals. Is TSCO a good company in the first place? My call on it says, yes, it is a good company. I want to hold it for long term. And if it does come down to 154, that's a sale. And here in Singapore, we like, it is the coming to June, right? And usually June is the great Singapore sale. So if it does come down, hey, great Singapore sale, or well, great stock sale. Great.
Yeah, I mean, all of us like sale, right? And we buy during sale so that, you know, we can maximize our money, right? When we buy value. So yeah, even in stocks, there is a sale, but you got to identify it as a sale first. But most people, when price goes down, you know, they are too afraid to actually enter. Then that's the kind of mindset that needs to change if you are going to be an active investor or trader. And that's something we cover in our course as well. This is trading psychology, investing psychology. Okay, what goes up in our mind actually is translated to our actions, right? And that's the reason why actually when you belong to a community of traders and investors, it would benefit you because people inside will be reminding you about what to do and what not to do in various market situations. Right, Afiq?
Absolutely. And now trading isn't just about the technicals. Trading isn't just about the fundamentals. You know, there is something that is so critical that a lot of people miss, and that is yourself. Yourself, your heart, your mind, or is it the other way? Your heart, your mind, you know, this and that. It's super, super important. And having a community, having a mentor to show you and teach you, because folks, when I first started trading long ago, I was like, oh my god, it's so scary. And yes, absolutely it's scary, but having the right mindset, the right attitude, the right emotional fortitude to be able to say, hey, you know, I have a conviction, let's do it and make that call. And that has made all that difference. You know, trading can be it doesn't have to be a very lonely, scary journey, right? Join a community, talk to some people, you know, get your hands dirty, get your feet wet, and do it together. It's always more fun in a group, right, Adi?
Yes, of course. And to have good people inside, you know, like you, Afiq, you know, reminding me always, Adi, this is just one battle, but we are still going to win the war. So Afiq is very positive and telling me, okay, let's go on, let's fight it out. And that's what we want to do, right? Basically, we want to help others. We want to help you, right? Basically, become a better investor, a better trader, and you yourself can see and understand why a certain market is going up or is going down. And when it goes down, it's actually on sale. And we look for value stocks. If price ever goes down, Afiq, like last year, right, when we had the COVID-19 crash, right, that was a very good time to enter, right? And there were so many stocks actually that, you know, has huge value, but price was so low and everybody was in fear, was so afraid to enter that eventually they missed, you know, the boat, right? Eventually they missed the boat. And yeah, we're talking about, for example, Zoom stocks going from $60 to $600, and that's like a 10x kind of move. And it's a once in a lifetime move actually. So guys, remember, you know, when the market, or rather when global situations affect the stock market. So when we have a situation whereby the market crashes, most people will be afraid to enter. But for people like ourselves, that's when it's the best to enter actually. And that's when you start actually telling yourself, this entry is an investment entry. It's going to be for the longer term. I'm going to hold this for a year or 2 years. Right, Afiq?
Absolutely. Having your right, again, it's a war. Have a strategy. Always have a trading strategy, have a trading plan, because every battle is won before it is fought. And so you need to have your plan and your strategy. And inshallah, we'll share with you more as the days go on, and if you want it quick, and now we have our VIP section. You have to attend the stocks trading course also, folks, to set up your fundamentals, get everything done right before you actually fire your gun. So we're going to train you first before you do anything. Of course, you can absolutely follow us, what we're doing here in our midweek review, our Sunday night picks. You can absolutely do that. And hopefully that helps. But again, disclaimer, always do your own due diligence. Okay, we will not be held responsible for any losses or gains that you make from whatever we've said here. It's for our education and our entertainment purposes. Adi, I think we have time for one more counter.
Okay.
Which we made a call on a couple of weeks. No, was it a couple of weeks ago? Yes, exactly a week ago. We made a call on this. It was Intuit, INTU.
Are you not going to look at PAAS? Is it one of in our portfolio? A quick one, maybe?
Okay, let's go into PAS as well and see if we can squeeze into it as well. PAS is Pan American Silver Company. They're one of the biggest silver mining companies in the world. They've got mines in Latin America and Indonesia as well. A very, very strong company. And if you look at the silver prices over the past few months, you know that it's been on an uptrend. And there's more demand for silver now. And so it will only benefit companies who will deal with silver, because as silver prices go up, it becomes more profitable for them to mine for silver. And of course, then they can sell to meet that demand. So Adi, all yours.
Right. So as we have always, as we have covered in the past, I have drawn this this bowl shape, line, and we said that as long as price does not actually close below this line here, we are still good to actually move to the upside, right? So this particular resistance will be our take profit position. In fact, we can lower it a little. What do you think, Afiq? Or just leave it? We can sometimes the market makers, right? They know a lot of people are going to be taking profits here. So they might actually reverse it before it touches at that point. So do you want to just let it be or move it down a little?
Well, from what you've taught me, and I'm looking at the candles, it looks to me like it is, obviously it's consolidating, but there is a short-term call for it to go up. And so we're actually down, folks. For PAS, we're actually down 3%, which is well within our stop loss parameters. And so in the short run, yeah, fine, it drops 3%. But from what I look at it, it can go up and touch that resistance there. And so our target price, I would say, let's look at it. If it touches, say, what, 38.50? What do you think?
Okay, let's go for 38.50. I'll just change the coordinates. 38.50. All right. The reason is because we know when we have a zone here. Okay, let me just draw. Right. That is the high touch of the high point of where price can actually grow previously, and you can see that sometimes even here before it reaches this point at around $40 at around 38 plus, it already has reversed, right? And it reversed deeply, and then after that, before it reaches again that $40 level at around 39.59, they sell it off again. I can see that the market makers, whoever they are, we don't know who they are smart money. They are those people with maybe their hedge funds and all that, and they are to a certain extent causing the price to reverse at that point and before it reaches 40. And 40, as you know, Afiq, is a round number, right? So a lot of traders are also putting their take profit positions at that level. So we must actually think one step ahead of what the market makers are going to do. We have to actually think about all those things, and that's the reason why we have lowered our take profit to 38.50. Right?
Yep.
Anyway, okay, when's the date that we entered this trade?
17th.
17th of
May. Sorry, PAS, right? PAS is 10th of May. Sorry, 10th of May.
10th of May. Okay, this is our entry point. I'll just mark it so that we will not miss this again. So it's actually quite a recent, this is the weekly chart anyway, guys.
Yep.
Not the daily, because we agreed that for this particular stock, we are going to take a look at it in the weekly chart. If not, if you go to the daily, it will be a very confusing chart. Let me just go down to the daily. You will see this basically up and down. So we don't want to be easily confused and be, we want to see things on when it's clearer for us to actually make our decision. So on the weekly chart for this stock, I think that's the best time frame for us to look at it, right? So I think next week, if the market continues higher, Afiq, I think it will start to go above our entry position, maybe hit around $36 possibly. And you can see that the closing of the weekly chart is that you can see that it is giving us a higher low. Okay, this was the previous close, and then right now we have it's going a bit higher, right? Can you see?
Yep. You showed me that rising higher lows, and the higher lows, folks, if you haven't if you do remember, higher lows are a bullish signal, right? A bullish indicator.
Yep.
So it might look like it will continue going up within the next couple of weeks to touch. Well, let's hope it touches that 38 and then breaks it and hits 40.
Right, correct, Afiq. If this actually stock goes up, right, Afiq, we can just hold on to it and wait for it to hit the 38.50. Or if it's around $36, $37, and we decide that we can just take profit there also, because I think this stock is going to go up and down, It's more of a trader's stock actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, here at HIN, we're not just traders, right? We talk about trading, we talk about active investing, taking positions and trades over weeks and months. But we also talk about having a core portfolio, which is, like I mentioned earlier today, it's all about your core portfolio that is slow and steady. And those of you who know me and watch me, you've heard the story of the date tree, where the date tree takes years and years and years to grow, and eventually when it matures, it gives you the fruit, it gives you the yield, and it feeds you for the rest of your life. You don't cut down that tree, right? And so what we're doing with active is we're generating more to build and plant that date tree. But our core portfolio, guarantees our long-term goals, guarantees our retirement. We've just pump money into our core portfolio as well. Fire, forget, let it grow. And on that note, folks, we are running out of time. Alhamdulillah, I want to thank Adi for his time, for the effort, for coming on board with me, for doing this for you folks. If you're watching, Adi, what are your last words before we end our mid-week review?
Oh, my last words, I hope that you have learned something today, I'm sure. And as we go along, as you go on with us in our journey, you will actually learn a lot more things, because market is not static, it's actually dynamic. And then you can see that, how we react to these changes. That is the important part, guys. Okay. How do we react to these changes? Do we actually shift our stop loss? Or do we actually maintain it? Or do we actually shift our take profit levels? Or do we change our strategy as we move along? How do we change it? So all these things, you can't learn from a book, right? You can't learn from a book.
You can learn it from a book, but from my past experience, whatever you read, you forget the next day.
Okay, correct. Yeah, it's good to actually learn things from a book if it's just about a particular concept. For example, you learn about support and resistance. Okay, when it reaches here, this is where to buy. It's easy when it's in a book, it's already done. The charts are actually all there already historically. But now we are talking about a moving market. You get what I mean? It's like the charts are moving, the price is moving. And you can't see what's on the right side of the chart. I
want to share this.
Yeah.
The first thing that we learn in school about the markets is that the markets are rational. We learn that in a book. Then when we close the book, we go into the real world. The first thing we learn is the markets are irrational. Then
Correct, Afiq. That's the thing. What we learn from the book and what you hear from a practitioner might be two different things, right?
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Right. So that's the thing. That's the value that we want to give you, because we are actually looking at charts that is live, okay, that is moving. It's not static. You can just go to a course and this guy says, okay, when the chart price goes here, you do this, you do, but you don't know, when the market is moving and dynamic, what do you do? That's the thing that we are trying to share, in Halal Stock Hunters. And of course, we also have our own courses, but that's the thing, we tie our courses with our live review of the market. That is the value that actually is not easy to find. Right, Afiq?
Oh, absolutely. So here's the thing, folks. We've got a premium VIP lounge. No, we've got a VIP section that you can join in. If you love the midweek reviews, if you love the Sunday stock picks, then you're gonna absolutely adore the VIP section, because the VIP section is really where we share the gold nuggets here. During the on Halal Investing Network, it's a free Facebook group. Yeah, you get a little bit here and there, and it does help. But of course, if you really want to take charge of your investing journey, if you really want to supercharge your returns on your portfolio, our VIP section is there for you. But here's the thing. Just because you're in the VIP section doesn't mean you have the right fundamentals. And that's where our Halal stock trading course comes in. Now, the Halal stock trading course will be opening soon. There are limited seats, and we only do it well, we do it regularly, but we don't do it every day because it'll be taxing on both Adi and myself. And so look out for when the intakes open. If you are interested, drop us a text or look out for the post within the Halal Investing Network Facebook group if you're already in. And here's the best part. I forgot to say this earlier. We do have referral incentives. So do look out for our posts when you refer people in to attend the courses. Then, hey, the more the merrier, right, Adi?
Yep, of course. The more people there is, right? Basically, we as educators, we will also feel that, okay, a lot more people is going to benefit from this. We become more motivated. Well, it doesn't mean that lesser people were not motivated. We are, but it's just like at the soccer stadium right now, right? You see the two teams playing, right? But at the back, there's no supporters. Like what's happening now during COVID. It's different when you have the whole stadium filled, people, and they are cheering on their teams and all that. Semangat lah, kan?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And that's the key. That's the key. I mean, in one of our earlier videos, Adi had said this. One of the most important things when you start investing is not only the knowledge and the skill set, but you also need a mentor. You also need a community, because only through then can we share ideas, can we seek, and most importantly, we seek support. Right? We seek support, not just support and resistance, folks, but we need support from our community. And with that, I'm going to wrap up our midweek review for our Halal Investing Network model portfolio. Adi, last words.
Thank you guys for actually tuning in today. I know that you have sacrificed your time to actually view our videos. I am thankful for that. Hope to see you again for our next session, right? And happy trading, and may you actually make more profits.
Awesome.
Inshallah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Adi, thank you so much for your time. Everybody watching, thank you for watching. Do like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what are the kind of things you want to learn in the comments below. Share this to your friends who you think might find it valuable. Ultimately, we do this to benefit the community, and we do it to benefit you. This is Afiq, Chief Finance Ninja at Fast Free Finance. That's Adi Ismail, founder of Pro Traders Network. Together, we make halalinvestingnetwork.com. Go visit, drop in your name, subscribe to us, and we'll give you so much value that I think, inshallah, we'll all be wealthy together. Okay, that's me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Awesome!
Kau dah tukar kau punya background
I send you the new one. Aku dah hantar. Try. Cuba try.
Oh. Yalah, Afiq. This one better lah kan. Pasal tak nampak lah
I was playing with it. Then I realized if I do it like this, it looks better.
Okay, so download.
Then you can be in the middle of the screen and the thing left and right.
Yeah.
Okay, I literally have 1 more minute. I need to join my mentee. Dia tengah stress, dia tengah text aku, kata 10:50 aku tengah stress because it's his first session with a guy who wants to talk about investing. And
okay lah, then never mind, no worry, we exit bro, no problem.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, thank you so much.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye.